Now, why you can't rotate going through impact is all because of your right arm. Now, what we see the best rotators in the world do, they will be coming down and that right arm will be nicely bent. They're all in that exact same position. Some more bent, some less so. But that's where we see amateur golfers continually straighten their arm coming into impact, and that is terrible for your rotation. That will completely stall you out. So let's hit some shots here, and let's hit them with a bent right arm and a straight right arm, and we're going to talk about it and then get into some great drills to do to be able to get here. So let's do what we want to do first, because of course this is about why you can't get that impact with that nice rotation. Of course, what do you want to do? You want to get that rotation impact. So let's talk about what to do first, talk about the traits. So, okay, let me hit some here, having that right arm nicely bent at impact and a little bit through it. So what we're going to start to see as I'm turning through, if we look at some of these in slow motion, we're going to see, yep, that right arm nicely bent. You can see it how the body is staying down in posture. And you can see again, fluid rotation, nice and fluid. So that's where, another one, let's have a look. Again, right arm nicely bent, staying down, staying fluid. Really, really good. We're going to keep that motion, just like just before when you say you're skipping a stone across a pond. Before you just go throw it, so impact for golf will be right around here. That after movement of when you're throwing and skipping that stone will be when you're in your kind of release type of post impact when it comes to a golf swing. But where you're going to be here to really skip it nicely. You're not going to be extending and throwing it out in this direction to properly do it. It's going to be terrible. So it's the same thing. Want that nice bent trail arm. Let's look at some extended ones, some straightening, what amateur golfers do. So amateur golfers, as we know, straightening that trail arm immediately will cause that body to slow down. So again, let's do one more, having a good look at the slow motion. So you can see, what does my body do instinctively as a reaction? It stands up. So it stands up. Now it does that for a couple reasons. One, if we continue to rotate as that right arm is straightening, that club is going to fly way, way, way out going through the golf ball, and we could start to shank it. So a lot of you guys out there, when you try to rotate and you shank it, that's why, because you're not keeping that trail arm bent. So that is absolutely one of them. But two, when that trail arm stays straight and straightens up going into the impact area, the body stands up to get the club out the ground. Because if you keep yourself down but straighten that right arm, you're going to hit the ground early. So again, you need to make good contact. So your body has to stand up to be able to do so. Absolutely. So there's a good couple reasons why, again, the body will react the way it reacts when you straighten that right arm. So when the body stalls out its rotation, so it doesn't fly out in front of you from there, of course, that's the reason why you're not going to be turning. But again, body has to stand out, come out of posture, early extend, just so you don't fat it. So look here at one of my online students on Skillist. We're going to see here, one of the main things we focused on was right arm staying bent. Look at the difference. So you can see him before, big jump staller. And then afterwards, staying in posture, really nice, and turning through. Huge difference, right? The right arm is the key. So let's get straight to how to work on this. So guys, I have just created a brand new subscription for lessons on my online coaching on Skillist, and it's called Rotate Like a Pro. So this is for everyone out there who wants to make good gains like this. So just like you're seeing with my students, maybe you were early extender and you want to get more rotation, stay in posture, or maybe you're just fed up with just lousy rotation and you want to get yourself opening up like a pro. That's exactly what I'm going to do for you on this subscription. We're going to tailor everything for rotation and anti-early extension in mind. So everything we need to do in the golf swing for you specifically is this is all one-to-one online lessons to get you to where you want to be. But not only are you going to get that perfectly tailored information on this topic, but you're also going to get 4 lessons per month for under the price of 2 lessons. So absolutely unbelievable value. But not only that, you're going to get all my 4 courses. So all the courses I have, my rotation course, my early extension course, over the top course, and of course shallowing course, for free with it. So it's going to come included. Whenever I launch a new course, you're going to get that course as well for absolutely nothing. but also I'm going to be uploading exclusive content to all my subscribers, regardless of whether you're on this Rotate Like a Pro, and you're going to get exclusive content not seen on YouTube. And also stay tuned, there is going to be a content only subscription coming very, very soon. So whether you want to rotate like a pro, fix your early extension, rotate a little bit better, this is absolutely perfect for you. We'll get right to it. Or let's say even if you want to work on anything else, maybe your rotation's fine, maybe you don't early extend, I've got plenty of other options on my online coaching on Skillist for that. There's a link in description. Looking forward to working with you, looking forward to fixing your early extension and getting you rotating like a pro. Now we're going to get into a brilliant drill for this, but there are some keys to have in your golf swing to be successful at this, because you could do this drill that I'm going to show you, this kind of combination of drills, and if you're not doing what I'm just about to talk about right, you're never actually going to get this movement. It's all about getting your swing into an environment to be able to do so. So your right arm, your trail arm, which we're focusing on here, has to be in front of the body in the downswing. It has to be working in front to be able to do so. Because if that right arm is stuck behind you, if you keep that trail arm bent, that club is now too far on the inside of the ball line, and you could hit a horrendous toe strike or toe shank. It's not going to be pretty at all. Really, really bad striking. So you need that right arm in front of the body and turn to be able to get yourself into those good spots. You need that right arm bent, but you need it to be in front of the body also. So how do you get this right arm in front of the body? Now, I made a whole video about this last week, so this could be a great one to watch. But to summarize it, we want to, be in a good little position at setup. We don't want to be internally rotated with that shoulder. We want that inside of the right arm pointing a little bit in front. That's going to prevent us from pulling the right arm in. So many golfers lawnmower it, which gets their right arm quickly behind the body. We don't want a lawnmower. We want to set the right arm into a good spot and fold. So we're going to set it up and fold. Again, that video last week is going to have great stuff on that, so give that a watch after this one. It's a great pair for this video. But absolutely, the second thing, once we've kept that right arm in front, folded it, we want to now really not feel like we're doing much in transition with that right arm. We want actually to move our hips back. If we get that left hip moving back in transition, the upper body moves into more flexion, so it flexes down, and the right arm naturally gets in front of me, in front of my seam line. Then if I get that right arm nicely flexed, we're going to move through. So one of the classic things I did with my student that you saw was working on keeping those hips back. We did the classic chair drill. Absolutely, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but we need to be able to make sure that we are getting ourselves into good spots. So, external rotation, inside the trail, elbow pointing in front to your left. Fold up that trail arm, left hip and hips going back. That's our key to keep the right arm nicely bent through impact. Okay guys, so what we've done there, we've unlocked the door, we've given ourselves that right arm in front, but we haven't physically walked through that door yet. Now, walking through this door is quite difficult to do. That's why we've got to have the right tools at our disposal, and we know, okay, what have we got to do? We've got to keep ourselves, especially with those hips, moving back to get the right arm nicely in front of you. So that's where we've got, boom, chair. Again, it's not going to be a week without me talking about this. Actually saying it's probably been a good few weeks since I've talked about this, hasn't it? So, brilliant one for this topic though. We can't talk about this without addressing this here. So, okay, that's our main thing. So we can then just think and feel that right arm being bent. Push this chair back in backswing and downswing. Again, really push it back. Don't just be trying to keep contact like I always say. If you just try to keep contact with the chair, you're doing nothing. We want to push it. Okay. So that's one of our main big things there. Push it back. That's getting right arm in front of us if we've done the backswing pieces. So, okay, now we want a drill that gets us into a good position here and then replicates it as good as we can. So that's where my classic preset rotation drill comes in. So if we do our preset rotation drill where we get into an impact and then we have that right arm nicely bent, weight is on that left side, chest is rotated, but more importantly, that right arm's bent, right shoulder down. And if we still then push this chair back and swing back from this position, then we are getting the reps in for this. So preset rotation drill, rotate yourself at impact, nice bent right arm, weight is 90% forward, open hips, open chest, hips are back. Now keep that right arm bent, just half swing back, pushing the chair back, and spring through. Brilliant. That's our drill. If we can do that and rep it out as much as you can, then you're going to get there. Now, a little feel that I like is just feeling like that right arm is staying bent just after impact. Because if you're feeling like you're bent here with that right arm, then you're great. So you could pair it on the golf course, for example, pushing the hips back, which would be brilliant, and then right arm bent a little bit post impact. So pushing the hips back and then right arm bent just after impact, which will mean you're bent at the ball. There we go. And that's going to keep you more bent, and that's going to keep you more than anything. What's the goal of this? To turn through the golf ball. So we don't want to be extending and firing that trail arm. It's going to stall us out beyond belief. Now, rotating through the golf ball, absolutely really difficult. As you've seen in the middle of the video, absolutely, I've released a brand new subscription on Skillist. Again, you just saw it on how to rotate, properly rotate like a pro. It is absolutely one-to-one lessons where we can work exactly on rotation, how you individually are going to get there. Because that's the thing with YouTube videos. They're designed to hit, as many golfers as possible, give the best advice to as many people. We know the golf swing, in essence, is quite individual. So that's why we see the best players in the world do a certain move. For how you're going to get there might be a little bit different than we talk about in this video. So that's why it's always good to have one-on-one instruction with an expert on the topic like myself, and then we'll be able to get there. But this is great advice to follow, and will get the vast majority of all of you where you need to be. So if you enjoyed the video, click that like button if you want more golf instruction, just like this. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button too, to be notified every time I put out a video.